So today we're working on a 2006 Dodge Caravan. I'm going to change out the thermostat in the housing unit. I already started cracking it there. So we want to get these two screws out and replace this housing unit and the thermostat that's inside. So this one right here is not budging. So what I'm going to do is take a small pair of vice grips and try to get it off like that. So we're going to switch locations because the coolant looks like it's going to come out fast on me. So I'm not going to buy the coolant from here. I can get it for less than half price at Walmart. So we got this piece here. This is the new housing unit and thermostat. This is my garage. Let's see it. Came with a gasket, so that's all good. It's the thermostat. It's important to have this part facing up when you install, and it goes like this way, okay? Since the last video, this door handle has been what it's been. Something's going on with this. I ain't worried about that for right now, but gonna need this guy. So because when we installed the radiator, if you can see that clamp right there with that hose, it still leaks a little bit. So how we're going to drain the coolant out is we're going to unscrew that, drain the coolant, and then we're going to reinstall the hose to make it a little bit tighter and see if we can get it a little bit more snug on a line that's going back to the water pump. Like I said, this is pretty much an easy install. You can see how rusty that is. All this stuff is rusty. I mean, it's over it's close to 20 years old, this vehicle. So what can you expect? All that grime and dirt, that's from the oil. This thing needs to be lifted up and with a new gasket on it, so that way it's not dripping. That's part of the reason why we had to change out the spark plugs. It's because of all the oil that's dripping. But the way we kind of figured out possibly is the thermostat giving us a problem. If you can see that there, you know, it looks like the coolant was spraying on top of the oil, and when the coolant and the oil mix, it gives off that type of color. So as long as it's not coming out your dipstick, you're okay. If you see that type of color coming out your dipstick, what I'm talking about is right there. If you see that color right there coming out your dipstick, that's a major problem. That means that the head gaskets is probably blown. More than likely they are blown if that's coming out your dipstick. So we got it off. I ended up having to cut this, you know, inside there. But yeah, first of all, this is the thermostat that's in here. This didn't want to come out. And then here's the gasket that's stuck on there. This here didn't want to come off, but I got it off. But this whole housing unit didn't want to come off the hose, so that's what we had to do. We had to cut it. And this is what I used to cut it. This comes in handy, has 3 blades. Helped me a lot. So we're going to use a wire brush, get all this stuff off here, all that excess, try to clean it up, so that way when a new gasket goes on, let's see, look at that. I don't know if you can see all that dust, but yeah, so that's the next step, and then we install. So that's it. New thermostat. Put a new clip on there, screw on, so it's easier to take off and on. No more leaks from, let's see, no more leaks from that one. That one's on pretty tight, so we'll test it out and see what happens. But make sure you like and subscribe if this was helpful for you. This particular vehicle still has a lot more needed, so there will definitely be more videos coming. Peace and blessings.